1 year ago, I posted my first viral video, which enabled me to become monetized after 15 years on YouTube. So now 1 year onward, what does that look like? What was the monetization process like? How much did I post? When did I start making money? And more importantly, how much? Let's get into it. So I won't get into my full YouTube story. If you're interested in that, I will link the video here. But I'm gonna go ahead and start from 2023, which is when I started posting videos about twice a month for a year. So it was time to film my next video, and this one I did a little different. I actually came up with the idea for my title and thumbnail first, which is always the advice that I used to hear, but it was always harder to do in practice. So once I came up with the idea for my title and my thumbnail, I shot my video as always. I spent a couple weeks editing, and then I uploaded. So I try not to check my YouTube Studio app very much. The YouTube Studio app basically is just like the app that tells you how your videos are doing. So I try not to check it very often because I always find that if I check it right after I post a video, I just get really disappointed with the numbers. But I had a good feeling about this video, so I decided to check the app in the afternoon after I posted in the morning, and it was doing the same as all my other videos. But then a week later, it started gaining some traction and it brought in my most subscribers and quickly became my best viewed video on the channel. 17 days later, I was finally able to join the YouTube Partner Program after having 1,000 subscribers and my 4,000 watch hours. Unfortunately, I had most of my views from when I actually posted the video to becoming monetized. So I didn't see any of that lovely ad revenue until the actual day that I became monetized. I think I had lost out on like maybe 100,000 views, which is really annoying, but anyway. That 17 days wasn't really that long when I started looking into the process and seeing what other people went through. So I might be getting a little bit technical for this next part, so if you want to skip on to the next one, that's totally fine. I'm not going to go that far into it, because if you've seen any videos on like YouTube analytics, you can get real deep, but this is just kind of my experience and things that I didn't realize were important. These were just a couple of things that I was surprised about that I didn't really see on other videos. So hopefully that's going to be useful to you as well. One of the things that I don't think is widely discussed enough is called cost per mille. I don't actually know if it's pronounced that way, but I speak French and it's a French word, so I'm going to say mille. I'll just call it CPM from here on out so you don't have to listen to me in my pretentious French accent. It's basically the amount of money that a company will pay to have an ad on your video for every 1,000 views. And it is based entirely on what your channel is about. And this was kind of surprising. So essentially, if your channel is mainly like for kids or for teenagers, like a demographic that doesn't really have a lot of money on its own to spend, then you don't make as much per video. So for example, like Minecraft channels, kind of channels that are more geared towards like the 11 to 16 kind of range. They don't have free income to spend as they want. So the CPM, their rate per 1,000 views, is way lower than what would be like a finance channel. Finance channel, for example, is kind of catering maybe more to like 25 to 50, those that are kind of saving up for retirement, investing more, and they have a lot more of that dispensable income. So those kind of channels have way higher CPMs than other ones. Beauty channels have loads of products, they're really expensive, and so companies will pay more to advertise to those ones because there's a higher chance that people are watching anyway to see what kind of products they want to use. So what is my CPM? My channel is a little bit all over the place, but I feel like the demographic for my channel is mainly like 30s and 40s, maybe up to 50s, and it's outdoors, it's hiking, like living sustainably. So I feel like my channel hasn't quite found my CPM, which is why it's a little bit all over the place. So I'm going to show my CPM here. So for some reason I couldn't find where it was on the YouTube browser, so I'm just going to show you on my YouTube Studio app what basically my CPM looked like for 2024. So as you can see, once I became monetized, it really started fluctuating a lot. I think that's just because the algorithm is just trying to figure out what my channel is about. Also depends on like which country watches your video the most. If your audience is predominantly from a richer country, a country that has more disposable income, then they pay a higher rate. I mean, it makes sense, but it's just really interesting. I'm sorry, I feel like I've gone on about that way too much. It is just interesting to see how YouTube pays different creators for different things. Interestingly enough, my highest and lowest CPM rate of 2024 were 5 weeks apart. My highest day was November 29th, 2004. I made $40.56 per 1,000 views. My lowest cost for this year was January 5th, so a little bit into 2025, was $9.15. And there's a reason for that. So I'd heard that advertisers pay more for videos that are around Christmas because obviously people are buying a lot and so they want to advertise more of their products. It's not a surprise that my highest CPM rate for the year was Black Friday, one of the highest shopping days of the year. And my lowest CPM rate was kind of the time where Christmas is over and people are going back to work, so they're not really buying as much stuff. So I became monetized, I brought loads of new subscribers to my channel, and then I decided to kind of post a life update video, which in hindsight was pretty bad because it completely flopped. But at the time I feel like I needed to kind of post a life update because things were drastically changing in my life. So you might just think, okay, go ahead and post just more videos, find out what eventually sticks, but I didn't follow that at all. I was pregnant with my first child and I was trying to plan a move 6 weeks after my first child would be born from California to the UK. So safe to say I was a little busy. And it turns out having a newborn baby and a dog and moving halfway across the world, it became a little time consuming. So I did not post consistently at all. How many videos did I actually post? I only ended up posting 7 videos and 3 shorts. I'm not mad about it though. It's been an adjustment period trying to figure out how to be a new mom and living in another country, and I'm here for the long run, so I will just make content when I can. So probably while you're all here, how much did I make? Not surprisingly, posting inconsistently doesn't really pay. I made a grand total of $826.35 from long form videos and a whopping 22 cents from shorts. Definitely not a lot, but not bad considering I only posted 7 long form videos. The 2 videos that made me the most money in 2024 were, not surprisingly, my YouTube journey video. And surprisingly, the video that made me the most ad revenue was actually a video that I posted the month before I became monetized, which was a tour of my rooftop tent. It's still my most consistently watched video. Every day I have about 300 to 400 views just on that video alone. Do I consider my first year monetized on YouTube as a failure? Absolutely not. Considering I had a lot going on in my life, I made $825 that I hadn't made before, and I put all of that money right back into my channel. I paid for the premium version of DaVinci Resolve, which is my editing software that I use. I bought a softbox light, and I was able to pay for all of my subscriptions like Epidemic Sound, which is what I use for music, or All Trails for hiking, and Canva. And I have somebody left over, so I consider that a win. It's also more importantly more than I made the previous year, which was $0. So hopefully as my channel continues to grow, I can have some more exponential growth and I can make this more of a viable income source. But for now, I'm content just to use YouTube as kind of a creative outlet and use it as an excuse to go on some more adventures and just kind of learn about the process. So my goals for this year, the first one is to get a paid sponsorship. I've already had lots of companies reach out to me to try and give me products and just use like a code, and then I get kind of a little bit of a revenue from anything that I sell. Those kind of things just don't really pay unless it's like a product that you really want anyway. And I just really don't like having loads of products cluttering up my home that I was never going to use in the first place. So I really want to have a paid sponsorship and where a company will pay me a set amount in order to promote their product. So it'll be interesting to kind of navigate that and see what kind of things I need to learn about, like contracts and negotiating and that kind of thing. And I'm sure and bound to make some mistakes along the way, but I'm looking forward to learning that. This is probably the hardest goal for me. I just need to be more active on social media. I'm not looking for social media to kind of pay like YouTube will, but it's just a good way to kind of get your name out there and bring more people to watch your channel. I just need to post on there more often, and I need to get faster with making reels or shorts. Maybe if I have some more followers, I'll just be more encouraged to get on there more often. I don't know, but if you want to go support me, just follow me on social media. And the last one is learn at least 1 new filming technique or implement 1 new editing technique for every video. It's something that I've been doing anyway since the beginning. Every video I want to try something new, I want to improve on something. So whether it's improving my filming or improving editing or improving a thumbnail in a different way, I just want to implement small improvements so that every video is better than the previous one. So if you like hiking, camping, living sustainably, or just anything else, because my videos can be super random, feel free to subscribe so you can follow along for more videos. And just wanted to say that I know the majority of my subscribers here are from that video a year ago, so please let me know in the comments below, are you watching because you watched that video a year ago and you subscribed? I'm really interested to see what you think 1 year onwards. Were you surprised that I became monetized after that? Let me know. So thanks for watching. Remember to leave it better than you found it, and I will see you next time. How many beeps does that do? Okay. I actually came up with my title and thumbtail. Thumbtail. Maybe that's why my video is so blurry. Oh my god, I'm gonna be so annoyed if that's the reason why I have to sharpen all my videos, is just because my lens is so dirty. How embarrassing. Oh, one technique that I learned, clean your lens. Who knew? There we go, implemented one thing.